Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Clone Trooper from the Star Wars 6-inch Black Series. This guy is pretty cool, but before we take a closer look at him, let's go ahead and take a look at his packaging. Here it is, if it'll focus. Pretty standard packaging for this guy. Nice clear window on the front, nothing really on the sides. And on the back, there is a brief description of the character. Oh, if you'd like to pause the video, you can read that. And down here, there is a picture of the clone troopers from the movie. So let's go ahead and get back to the figure itself. He stands, let's see, about just over 6 inches tall. So he's right in scale with the other 6-inch Black Series figures. And he comes with two accessories. The first one here is the longer clone blaster rifle. Unlike some of the other clones we've seen, this one doesn't have any paintwork on it, so that's kind of disappointing. But this was the first Clone Trooper figure that was released, so I guess we can forgive them for it. His other accessory is the shorter clone blaster. And again, there's no paintwork, but like I said, I think that this can be forgiven. The detail is pretty good though. As far as the figure goes, I'm going to say the paintwork, it isn't the best. If you'll notice here on the visor, they didn't quite get the black paint into a little slit here where the visor actually is, and they didn't paint all the way down the kind of bottom part. It's hard to show on camera because there's a shadow in there and it looks like it's been painted, but in person you can tell it hasn't. Aside from that, the rest of the figure is pretty well painted. You know, there are couple places here and there, like the knee pads aren't that well done, but everything else is pretty good. As far as articulation, it's the same as the other clone troopers. He's got a ball peg in the head on top of a hinge, so he can look down, but he can't really do too much else. He can't swivel his head, so you're not going to get the most range of motion out of the head, but that's alright. He's got ball hinge shoulders that go up about that far, which isn't great, but it's alright, and they do swivel 360. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows with, again, not the greatest range of motion. He's got ball hinge wrists that do swivel, and in this hand, the hinge runs this way through the hand, and on this side, it runs the other way, so it runs vertically. Same piece of articulation though. In the chest, he's got what feels like a single or double ball peg, so that lets him lean back and forward and twist side to side, so that works well. He's got T-jointed hips that go out to the side, a pretty decent amount, and forward. You can get them to go further forward, but it kind of kicks the leg out at a weird angle, so it's not the best, but it works well enough, and or good enough, I guess. He can kick his leg backwards a little bit. He's got a thigh swivel like I showed there. He's got double jointed knees that work pretty much perfect. Yeah, I don't think you can get much better than that. And he's got hinged ankles with an ankle rocker. So as far as buying this character, you know, I think he's well done, and if you like the clones, he's probably worth picking up. If you're not a huge fan of the prequels and you don't like the clone troopers, he's still maybe one that you want to pick up just because he is kind of the basic white version. He is just the character to fill in the spot in your collection. So personally, I like him, but I'm kind of biased toward the clones. So just make your decision based on the facts I gave in the review. If you have any comments or questions, just leave them down in the comments section below, and I guess I'll see you later.